So now we have the pleasure of sitting with Micah Smith, who to many of you is known as the credit expert queen. Micah, thanks for joining us today.
That is quite the intro.
Well, we
true.
tried hard.
I'm nobility apparently today.
So now, one of the things that we'd love for you to touch on is it's very intriguing, your strategy, because unlike many of the other professionals here having a booth and showcasing themselves, you go about it a little bit of a different way.
I do. And what's funny is I've been coming to this convention for the last decade.
Okay.
And I have never set up a booth, but it's because I want to be mobile. Listen, I'm the believer that I don't wait for things to come to me.
Mm-hmm.
I go get them. And so for me, I want to be mobile and I want to be out there and I want to be able to shake as many hands as humanly possible versus hopefully having somebody come up to my booth. So I've just seen that it's so lucrative that me being able to just be out and be free and be wild, I end up meeting the people that I really want to meet with, and then I get to see people like yourself. If I was stuck behind my booth, I might not even know that you guys were here, because who knows, maybe you guys would end up at my booth, and how sad would that be?
Yep.
So for me, it's all about just going out. Like, I'm a believer, right? You make things happen, right? Good things come to those that make them happen.
Yep.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
That's what I'm here to do.
And now, as far as how do you feel that impacts your business when you get out of here, when it comes to your follow-up game and just building what you've built?
Oh, absolutely. What's really funny is they say that 90% of salespeople don't follow up.
Yep.
And I'm the queen of follow-up. I mean, this entire business is relationship-based, right? And I'm not here just to make a sale. Like, obviously, we've known each other for how many years? So the relationship game is what it's all about. So, I mean, literally the moment I leave here, I mean, not only my team is following up, but then I'm following up as well. So I come here with intention. So I say, this is the amount of people that I'm going to meet. This is the amount of people that I'm going to, be able to draw meetings from. And this is going to help me set up my entire business for the next year. So my goal is every year that I come here, I let it be a springboard for the following year. So I hit this convention really, really, really hard. Not only to have good FaceTime with people that I currently work with, but to find out what's new in the industry. I actually recently had a really good conversation. Normally, I never would do this. I never normally am interested in what other competitors are doing, but I have a different mindset now that I've gotten older and wiser, and I now am studying my competition. And so I had a really nice, pleasant conversation with quote unquote my competition, but it was really enlightening because instead of going in there with, defensiveness, like, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Just learning. And so honestly, I'm learning from people like yourselves. I'm learning from my competition, but I'm also making friends. So, I mean, I think it's so powerful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I like what you said, that you kind of use this to kickstart your year.
Yes.
Right? So it's almost like it's the way to start the year with new relationships, new connections, right? And reach out and kind of rebrand yourself to the people that don't know you or that you maybe you don't see often.
Yes.
But by you walking around, you're going to see a lot more than if you stood still at your station.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. The number one challenge that we're always going to face with our businesses is obscurity.
Yeah.
Right? If people don't know that we exist, how can they use us? And I truly believe in my heart of hearts that we are the best firm on the planet. I truly believe that. And I do myself and clients out there a disservice when they don't know who I am. And so it's my job to be in as front of many people as humanly possible.
You are the face of your company, so you got to get out there. Yep.
Got to get out there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So now, what caused you to go in the credit expert path?
Yeah. It's funny. I was recruited into this business, and that was 11 or 12 years ago. And I thought it was the strangest thing on the planet. And I actually just finished doing a leadership conference, and I got asked this very question. And I had to sit out, and I wrote out, and I was like, I forgot things that I had experienced prior to me getting into this industry. So what's funny is I was working in lending, actually, at the time, and a recruiter called me, and I thought they were so insane for wanting me to be part of the credit space, because I had not a very good credit score. I didn't know why. I couldn't tell you how to fix it. I didn't study finance. And ironically enough, I had just been turned down for what I thought was my dream job because I had something on my credit report, which I didn't know how to check. And all of a sudden I get recruited into this company,
credit, right?
and I'm like, why me? And they're like, oh, it's for your sales and speaking ability. I was like, oh, that makes sense.
There you go. I got you.
I'm like, okay, all right. So it was so funny. I mean, and within probably the first month of me doing what I was doing, it was a major aha moment for me, but I loved the aha moment that my partners had and then the clients had when the credit was fixed, because to me, credit was a very foreign topic. I didn't really understand it, and it caused me a lot of heartache and a lot of pain. And so being able to share with people how this mysterious industry worked was so invigorating to me, and I truly found my vocation very, very quickly. And so I never wanted to separate with this space. And so the inception of Micah Abigail began about 4.5 years ago, and I just felt a pull to do this on my own because I felt as though the company I worked for, it was a very good company, but there were some things that I felt were missing, and I just wanted to ensure that my clients and my partners weren't treated like numbers. You know, they were all about turn and burn, turn and burn, turn and burn to a degree, and I was like, no, like, keep those people really, really happy, and your business will grow bigger than you could ever imagine, you know, and like, I had a very different mindset, and I've incorporated a lot of little things.
That's awesome.
Like building a world-class customer service team is what we're doing right now, you know, where so many companies are cutting corners and they want to incorporate AI for customer service. Like, we're all about real people actually
having real conversations.
Like, how's your mom?
Like you said, a lot of people are, it's like one and done, right? They try to get and that's it, they're gone. But if you continue to keep that relationship, and that's
everything.
And you feel that gives you just a competitive edge, just with like being more like just user friendly and building a rapport, even when it comes to that particular field.
I don't feel it, I know it.
Ooh, yeah,
powerful.
Okay,
powerful.
I know it for a fact, because it's who else are you going to want to work with? You know, who are you going to want to work with? The person that actually cares about your well-being and that's going to go above and beyond to ensure that you get the results that you need? Or are you going to want to work with the company that seems like really flashy and cool and amazing, but they have AI because they're cutting corners?
You're just a number at that point.
You're just a number. You're just a number. So I know it separates us. I mean, I know how many times I call companies and I speak to a live person versus, you know, AI. Like when it's AI, I'm like rep. You know,
keep
like,
saying it over
zero.
and over
Zero.
Like the zero isn't working.
Literally.
Like they bypass the people who hit the zero all the time. Yeah.
Restarting.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So funny.
One of the things that I definitely found to just kind of streamline the process for myself is, you know, having the relationship with you is great. You know, just being able to call you or text you or email you. But the way that you just kind of appoint, whether it's a rep or a manager, just to really be that go-to person that we could deal with on a day-to-day basis. To me, I feel that's a very unique factor in a sense of just like not only building a relationship with like the consumers and your customers, but your strategic partners, making them feel so much more comfortable to now trust you.
Absolutely,
that's the biggest thing too.
And you need to be able to access someone like myself. You need that, and that's something like I love being in the trenches. I love being involved with my customers. Like I'm in love with my customers, which is why I started this business in the first place. I'm never completely hands off. I'm training my team every single day, and it's. I love it. Like I love hearing from you guys, and I love being that direct point of contact.
Directly.
Yeah,
you know what? That's a perfect segue into now. This may be a difficult question, but
I love difficult questions.
Give us one of your best or greatest feel-good success stories.
Oh my gosh!
With one of your clients,
so
I know you have.
Many.
I know you have a lot.
So many. So I will have to say. So this was right after COVID. So I'm going to be pulling from stories where I was the one doing all of the work, right? I hadn't hired all the staff that I have now. I had a couple of people, but not like I have now. Like I was really doing the grunt of most of the work, the brunt of most of the work. So I had a guy who came to me and he told me his entire story. And this is what we let our clients and customers do. We hear their entire story. Not only do we see their story on paper, right? Because the credit report is going to tell us everything we need to know, but then we also hear their story. So this gentleman was sick during COVID, and he ended up going into a coma while he was sick with COVID. And he had mounds and mounds and mounds and mounds and mounds of paperwork, mounds of it, showing that he was in a coma. And so he had an Apple credit card, and while he was in a coma, he was marked late. And so when he came out of a coma, he's like, I'm better, I want to buy a house. And he couldn't because his score had just tanked. I mean, so terribly.
Terrible.
And so the loan originator that I work with, she's like, "Can you help?" And I was like, "Abso-freaking-lutely." So I call it going straight for the jugular. So I went to a governing body that oversees the bureaus, oversees the creditors, and we went straight to them, made a complaint against Apple. I mean, like the paperwork that I sent in was like a stack like this.
Wow.
And had it been through a different firm that's more canned, the work is always canned, so the results are very different. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't have worked out this way, but because it was so customized, we got him completely fixed in 60 days. And so it was something where it's like, but I mean, like the amount of passion and just frustration I had for him and just how wrong that is. Someone's in a coma, and during COVID, I mean, there were so many laws that were passed to protect the consumer because, you know, people were really suffering. And so being able to help someone get past this hurdle when they felt like they had hit the end of their rope, and to have them fixed in just a short amount of time for a very small amount of money was very gratifying.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He was so excited he got his home.
Be a great feeling, yeah.
And you know what? It's interesting because you ended with, for a very small amount of money, to where it's like, it's truly not the fee or the revenue.
Yeah.
You know, it was all about just doing the right thing for a really lousy situation. And sounds like you played Superwoman in that. Yeah. In that kind of went to the governing, governing body of the credit bureau.
Yeah.
That's cool
that is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's always been my philosophy, if you do more than what you get paid to do, you're never going to have to worry about money. And that's always what I believe in. You know,
That'll always
it's
come,
never about a monetary win, and it's more about the customer win. The satisfaction, and I think they always, I'm a huge Tony Robbins fan, and he always talks about success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. And because I find fulfillment in truly helping people, I'll never not be able to sleep well at night. I'll never have to worry about, I'm not sucked dry of my energy because it's all about helping people.
Yeah,
and
you know you did the right
win.
thing at the end of the day, no matter what.
Absolutely.
I think that's part of what, with us too, same thing. When you can help somebody in a situation, or maybe they give it up, or they feel like they hit the end of the road, or they're not going to get a home, or their credit, that's it, like they're not going to be able to get another car or a credit card, whatever their situation is, and you can kind of shine the light on it and find a solution. I think that's, for us, that's what makes what we do really gratifying,
right?
You know?
But that's what keeps you going, right?
Yeah, it's the experience of going through it with that person. You know?
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's hard, right? When you're in a service-based business, it's really hard because you take a beating. Let's face it, you really take a beating, but the good outweighs the bad.
There's a lot of negativity through it, but again, if you just kind of just wash through it, eventually there's always those certain deals or those certain clients that kind of remind you and make you feel like, okay, this is why I do what I do.
Yes.
There's those bad ones that don't appreciate it. There's always those out there, but once in a while, you kind of help somebody out and they appreciate it, and you kind of can walk away and say, it's exactly why I do what I do, and we deal with what we deal with every day, right?
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that.
Absolutely. So going into 2025,
yes.
Right, any specific goals, anything you want to accomplish for yourself or for business? What do you have your eyes set on?
I am such.
I don't know if we have enough time because I'm thinking that Mike is going to have a lot on that list.
A laundry list.
I love it.
So 2025, I'm actually right now, I'm flipping my company upside down on its head. So I'm literally, like, if you could envision like just a tin can and I'm dumping everything out.
Okay.
I'm just shaking out all the nonsense.
Gotcha.
So I'm really implementing a really intense culture. So it's all about culture. 2025 is all about culture and building culture and building a much more dynamic team. And because as I grow as a business owner, the people that I bring along with me, obviously, they're very different. So people I started with are not the people that are here now. And the people that are here now may or may not be here in 5 years, because sometimes what got you here isn't going to get you there. Sure. So it's all about just implementing a better, stronger culture. And so I spend a lot of time on self-improvement. I do a lot with Grant Cardone and his teams. Oh, so I'm receiving a lot of mentoring and coaching, just how to make my company just much more, not even resilient, because resilient is not a good word, but it's all about, there's a great book. If you can learn about like the finite game and the infinite game, we're about the infinite game, right? So finite is a different thought process than infinite. So we're playing the infinite game in 2025. It's about long-term success. And part of that is building a culture where we're all in unison. We all have the same drive. We all have the same motivation.
Yeah.
And I think I'll leave it at that because, like you said, I mean, I have a laundry list of things that are, I'm trying to accomplish in 2025. But the main thing is just building a really amazing culture and just building a world-class customer service team, just compounding on that. Because who I have right now, they're superstars. So we're emptying out the non-superstars. And we're, just continuing to
Building
find
on
it.
more superstars.
Yeah. I mean,
we want to keep you happy. We want to keep the clients happy.
Doing what a leader needs to do.
Yeah.
In order to get to that next level of greatness.
You got to wean out.
Still trying.
You got to wean out some of the good and the bad.
Well, so as far as for the audience right now,
Sure.
if they're looking to get a hold of you,
Yes.
how can they find you?
Absolutely. I think the best place to go is either Instagram. So that's Fit Credit Doctor. I actually still, and probably not for long, I still respond to all my own messages.
All right.
Probably not for long.
Right.
Or, what's that?
It's piling up.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit chaotic. It's getting a little chaotic. I'm not gonna lie.
That's good, yeah.
Like I usually check my messages when I'm doing cardio because it's so monotonous and it's just mindless. And I'm on the treadmill and I'm like, all right. And also, if they want to reach out through our website, if they just go to www.micaabigail.com. So if they're in real estate or in the mortgage industry, they can go to the affiliates page and become an affiliate, and then we'll speak with them immediately. Or if they're a client just looking for more information, they just go and select, want more information, they want to sign up, they want an actual consultation, absolutely. Or of course, they'll find us through you.
Sure.
Right? So apply for a mortgage, and if you don't qualify, then you'll find me.
Exactly. There you go. Go through the channels, right?
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks for
I
having
had
me.
a great
This was
time.
fun.
Yes, an honor. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thanks for having me. All right.